everyone, this is Mr. Alberonen here again, and this is time for Let's Learn Marisa, one of the most badass, well-animated, beloved by fan character in the game. An absolute juggernaut, an absolute ridiculous damage dealer with such awesome, satisfying combos. And I thought her thing was that she just had kind of boring, simple combos like a button into a special and it does a lot of damage and that's kind of it. But no, she has some really cool combo routes, really cool ways of extending things, and her combos also lead to good situations depending on what you do. Like, she has a lot of things that you can easily set up into safe jumps, especially if the opponent's in the corner, and combining that with the cool things she has with so much armor, plus frames, weird parries and mix-ups. She is a crazy character, and I'm looking forward to trying her out online. So in this video, we're going to go over her main strengths and weaknesses, starting off with like her buttons, then her combos and general game plan, and then we'll take what we learned and try her out online for the very first time. So overall, as a character, I'm sure you guys know what Marisa is about. She bludgeons the opponent, does like all of these things with tons of armor frames, tons of damage, tons of plus frames, tons of setups, and whenever she gets a hit, like, she does stuff like this. Simple combos that always take at least half of your opponent's life bar, and that's before you spend super meter. So that's Marisa, and we're gonna start off with the less exciting stuff, the buttons. Now, her light pokes are, you know, they're actually pretty decent. Nothing amazing, but you can't expect them to be amazing for a bludgeoner like her. Her crouching light punch is her fastest button, 4 frames, and can link together easily. She can't really chain lights together like other characters. Like, she can't go into her standing light punch or light kick. She can just go in between her crouching light punch and light kick. So she can kind of do that if she wants to fit in a little low. And all she really goes into after these is this special move. And that's all she ever really gets off of them. Or, like, of course, she can combo into a super, or maybe a level 2 super. But generally, she doesn't get too much off of them, but don't worry, that's not going to be a big problem. The standing light punch is 6 frames, so a bit slower, and also 0 on hit, but that's because it has this target combo, where she does 2 punches. She has these for all of her punches: light light, medium medium, and heavy heavy. The light light one is a little strange though, because if I have my opponent like blocking after he gets hit, as you can see, it's not actually a guaranteed string. So if I just do this and I hit my opponent with it, he can block it, which does mean you can go for some like crazy stuff, like just charge up your armor, go for tons of plus frame options, or even just dash in for the command grab to get a big chunk of damage if you know they're gonna block that second hit. But the only time it fully combos is if it's like a little counter hit or something, in which case you can get a bit more. You can even spend meter on it to make it a fully beautifully extended combo. So a cool attack string off of a really good standing light, but it's kind of strange that it doesn't combo in the way you would expect it to normally. But just keep that in mind. It doesn't mean it's weak. It just means you can like use them blocking to go for some more abusable stuff and catch them with more of your stupid mix. I love when it matches the beat. Okay, light kicks and crouching light kicks, they're both like fine, is basically what both of them are. The crouching light kick just works as your low to go into your crouching light punch. Doesn't really do much else. And the standing light kick is 6 frames, so really kind of slow for a standing light kick. But unfortunately, she also can't do the Daigo special where you dash cancel a light into another light. She can't get combos off of it unless she just goes straight into a special move, which is pretty risky. So overall, a pretty not so good standing light kick, unfortunately, but don't worry. We've got other cool pokes. We can leave this one out. Medium punches. We've got this 7-framer and this 8-framer. Just like before, our medium punch has its own attack string, which actually links together on hit this time. You don't have to get a counter hit, which means you can just use this to easily go into some simple damage. Like, that was just 2 buttons into a special and it did a nice chunk of damage. And I can even OD it to make it more or more into a safe jump setup. She just has so many cool combo routes. I can't wait to get to that section. But it's a cool attack string. It's also just generally like good. It's cancelable from the last hit on block, which means you can go into your Gladius and stuff. The opponent can't mash out of that, and Gladius is generally safe. And if they do try to mash, you can like armor through their mashing. You can also go for your Superman punch. Like, anything she does that's cancelable means she could just go into a plethora of ridiculous options. And this is just a really good combo that can either lead into big damage, or on block is just, you know, a fine thing to hold the opponent down with a bunch of buttons. And it combos after like a bunch of things that have extra advantage, like drive rush into this, can combo into this, which lets you, you know, it's just a good target combo for extending combos. Crouching medium punch is a tiny bit slower, but it's kind of a decently far-reaching button, and you can kind of use it after drive rush because it gets a bit of the momentum. So sometimes you could go for things like this, and then use that to extend combos. But it's cancelable and just a button. Standing medium kick is kind of like Luke's standing medium kick or Cammy's. It's just a poke. It leaves you at +4, so I guess up close you could cancel into something like this and actually get an extension off of it, which is kind of cool if you hit confirm it. That's always nice. And it also, because it has like all these plus frames on hit, it also makes it probably her best drive rush button. So if you're ever going for a drive rush combo, it's good to go into this because that lets you go into some of your heavier buttons afterwards. And yeah, really good for extending combos. And on block, it's -2, which also means that if we're drive rushing it and the opponent blocks, then we're +2, which is perfect for going for some throws or strikes. Now, crouching medium kick also is nothing spectacular, unfortunately. It's also not cancelable, which kind of sucks. So now it's just kind of like her safe low option, in like where you would use instead of a sweep, just so you don't get completely punished. It is actually very, very safe, which is quite nice. So I guess you could use it after a drive rush if you like, and then get some kind of extension off of that. But generally, you're not going to be using this too much, and you want to use more of your bludgeoning moves. And then we're going to get to them now. Also, there's a target combo with forward medium punch. So forward medium punch is this actually pretty nice long-reaching poke. She lunges forward pretty quickly, and it's only 10 frames. And there's 2 follow-ups after it. You can either press heavy punch to keep the opponent really close to you, and they just get like splattered down right in front of you. So you can go for like your parry to parry any wake-ups they go for, and then go for the throw, or just, I don't know, some bludgeoning stuff like this to keep yourself super plus, and if they get hit, they die. Or she can also press heavy kick, which launches the opponent away, but it's super cancelable, even into a level 1 super. So she can go into level 1, level 2, whatever, and get a nice chunk of damage just from this simple attack string, which in my opinion is probably one of the best situations to go into her supers. Like, once you're just using this nice long-reaching poke, go into your level 1 super and take this nice chunk of damage, because in other combos, like, you get enough juicy damage without throwing in supers. So I like to go for other enders that do plenty of damage either way, and save my supers either for a level 3 or after things that don't scale as much like this. So that's kind of cool. But on block, just make sure you do the first hit. It's -3, so totally safe. Both of the follow-ups are very unsafe, -12 and -10. So just do the first thing, and it's kind of good with punish tool as well. If you're walking back and forth and someone presses something, you can go for this. With punish, you can go for this nice chunk of damage. Pretty good tool, honestly. Now, let's get to our heavies. And just a preface, for all of these heavies we're about to talk about, she can charge them. And not charge like a charged character. She can just hold down the button, and it adds roughly about 10 frames of startup to each of them, and it makes them have new properties, better frame data on hit and block, and it just starts to come ridiculous. So, for example, our standing heavy punch here, just like our other punches, has its own target combo, and it actually combos, but unfortunately it doesn't cancel into anything. It's just a damaging combo string into a knockdown. But so this is just a heavy punch. It's +3 on hit if I do it normally, but if I hold the button down, it becomes a bunch slower, but it becomes +6, which means that I can go into something like this, just off of it naturally, which is kind of cool. And that also applies to on block. So if my opponent blocks this, it's -3, so totally safe. It's a very, very good button, honestly. But if he blocks it, and I held it down, it becomes +3. And you're left pretty close at +3. So you can just do a micro step forward into a throw. The strike throw potential of this character is pretty crazy considering the amount of plus range she has. So just this button alone is a great example of what her charges do. They just make all of her attacks a bit slower, but far more powerful for bludgeoning your opponent. It deals a massive chunk of drive gauge as well. As you can see, it deals nearly a full one. Just leaves like 10% of one drive bar left. And that also lets her go for more combos off of it as well. And this especially applies to some of the other ones, like backwards heavy punch is this kind of like reused back heavy punch actually. It's just this short range kind of gut jab, and it's used to extend combos because it has a lot of hit stun on cancels, and that's the main way you can go into your meterless launcher. And when you hold down the button, this thing gets so many extra plus frames on hit that you can actually just do it into itself. So it naturally combos into itself when you hold it down, which means that this can be a free combo. How is nearly 4,000 damage free? I have no idea. That also means that extensions like that are just ridiculous after a drive impact, because she can do this, like 2 heavies into a meterless launcher. Into extension, into a safe jump, like, oh my god, this character is ridiculous. So yeah, this back heavy punch, its main use is to extend combos into our meterless launcher. And what's also good about it is that not only is it, the main way you go into your launcher, so you try to hit confirm it into the launcher, but even if the opponent is blocking and you go for it, it's -1. So like nearly neutral with the little bit of pushback it gives you. So it is really awesome. And if you do it after a jump in, like you see that they blocked your jump in, hey, block my jump in, bro. And you're like, oh, they blocked my jump in, well then I can just charge it a little bit instead of going for the regular version, and it becomes +4, and once again, plus frames, you just go crazy, press buttons, go for more armor, walk forward for a throw, do whatever you want. Which means that these safe jump setups that she has in the corner, which we'll get to soon, with stuff like this. Whoops. Become loopable, because if the opponent blocks, well then you either get to hold it down and get your plus frames, or if you see that they get hit, then you just get to go into the meterless launcher, you don't hold it down, and you go into this. No, oh my god. This character, guys. Whoa. Right, then also on heavy punch, we've got crouching heavy punch, which is her uppercut. It actually naturally knocks the opponent off of their feet, which is pretty rare for crouching heavy punches in this game, which means you get a nice knockdown no matter when you hit your opponent, which is kind of cool. So you can get a dash forward, go for a command grab as soon as they wake up. And the charged version launches them even higher, and it launches them so high that you can actually go for juggles, and it puts them in a juggleable state by normals. So this character is just so crazy. So that means like in the corner, you can also extend your combos by using this. And do stuff like that to extend even more than we were already extending. By flicking them into the air, it's just so damn cool. She does a lot. It's also a great anti-air because it knocks the opponent down in a pretty nice way no matter what. And if you do manage to do the charged version on an anti-air, you can get some kind of follow-up, whether it's a special move or just a normal, to like reset them. Whoops. So it gets them plus framed as soon as they land on the ground. It's pretty decent anti-air with a pretty great hitbox, and only 10 frames is not that bad. And you can charge it to make it even more ridiculous if you're doing a little bit preemptively. Pretty awesome. On block though, I don't think it's very useful. Yeah, it can become safe, but it's not as cool as the other ones. Now, for our kicks, standing heavy kick is kind of just acts like most characters' standing heavy kicks. It's long reaching, it's a good poke, but it doesn't lead to too much. At least it's plus on hit, unlike Manon's. And when I hold it down, it actually knocks the opponent down and leads to a pretty good knockdown. So I can get a drive rush in, go for pressure or a throw, or just like go into itself again. Or into my other heavies. It's just really, really good how much you can loop her ridiculous offense. And also, when this move is punish counter, as most heavy kicks, it gets an extra effect where it juggles the opponent into the air. So you can get some kind of free extension, like as if you got the launcher, but then for free. And in the corner, I think it can just go into the launcher. Yeah. So, pretty cool. And obviously the charged version will just be even more so. Crazy, crazy stuff. On block, this thing also becomes slightly plus. Not ridiculously plus, but it's usually -3 and it's safe, and then it just becomes slightly plus, which is pretty good for a knockdown, really good poke in neutral. It's only 27 frames, like, even though she's holding down things to make them slower, they're still not, like, bad. These are things that you can use on knockdown just to absolutely berate your opponent very, very effectively. And we've also got a forward heavy kick, which is this big, like, knee gut strike, which also has a target combo. You just press forward heavy kick twice and does a lot of damage. And just, like, this thing leads to a lot of damage. Look at this, like, if I just do something simple like this. That's not even a proper combo. That was just, like, a button into a target combo, and that was, like, a max damage combo BNB that most characters get for a regular punish counter. But not for Marisa. She can easily extend and do ridiculous amounts of damage off of all of these heavies. They're all good as regulars, as punish counters, on block, and this is no exception. So this is also one of the normals she has that naturally combos into her meterless launcher, and I think it does a bit more damage than the backwards heavy punch. Oh no, they're about the same. So yeah, another option, but it also has its own target combo if you feel like just getting a knockdown for free, but I don't know why you wouldn't just go for the target combo, especially since the full combo, especially since the target combo is also unsafe. But yeah, it can be charged to make itself even more plus. It becomes +10. So it can also link into the two heavies for this ridiculous damage combos. And when it is charged, it also becomes just as plus as the heavy punch. So a very, very useful tool. They're both very long reaching, so you can use them even from knockdowns where you're not super close to the opponent. You'll bring yourself forwards, you're left super close, plus in their face, and if it does hit, you can be like, oh, it hit? Okay, let me just do this. And there are better combos you can do there. That's just simple autopilot stuff. Like, oh, she is crazy. And then also her sweep, kind of is a bit strange. She doesn't kind of lie down like most characters do. She kind of just stomps on them. And as a normal sweep, you know, it's kind of normal, maybe slightly faster at 11 frames. But the cool thing is that she can also charge this to give it, I think, a better knockdown. It's usually, yeah, okay, it gets a little bit of better frames, but it also becomes a bit safer. Yeah, okay, totally safe, my bad. At -4 for this sweep. So that's pretty cool. She can like throw out this sweep, which has pretty decent range on knockdown, and she has a low that is safe and leads to a knockdown. And whenever she gets a knockdown, of course, she's just gonna do more of this or more of this and just absolutely berate you to death. Also, her jumping heavies have these properties. Like, she's got this jumping heavy punch, which is a really good jump in. It hits pretty deep and it's very plus, but if I hold it down, it just completely splats the opponent down, and of course we'll have amazing frame data. Same goes with jumping heavy kick. It also will just bonk the opponent down, which is a little unfortunate that if you go for that and the opponent actually gets hit, then you don't get a combo. Even if it's a punish counter, there's no special bounce or anything, you just get a nice knockdown. So if you do think it's actually going to hit, it's better off just going for a jump regular one, so you can actually combo off of it. And yeah, those are all her normals. As for jump ins, like we just mentioned, the jump heavy punch is a really good deep option, and jump heavy kick is kind of, like most characters, covers basically every situation. It's reasonably deep, reasonably horizontal, like good horizontal reach. It just does a lot, and it can easily combo into the things you want to combo into. So that's going to be the main jump in. If you do want to get a cross up, she has a great jump light kick for that. It's really generous with its cross ups, so that's a cool one to go for. And other than that, yeah, those are basically the only jump ins you really need. Cool. Now, for a drive impact is also normal. Slightly below average range, but not something you'll ever really notice. And her dash is also pretty good. Average speed, it's nothing like Juri or something, but it has decent distance and decent speed. And same goes for her drive rush. It's not the fastest, but it's certainly not the slowest. It's just on par with the likes of probably like Luke and Ryu, which is really good because that means she can drive rush in and do her ridiculous normals even more effortlessly. And yeah, those are all her normals. It's time to get into the specials. Right, so, what should we start with? I suppose this is probably one of her key specials that you can be using most, particularly in combos. So the light version combos off of your lights. The medium version, guess what? Combos off of your mediums. And the heavy version, guess what? Can combo off of some of your heavies. Particularly combos off of your backwards heavy punch and your forwards heavy kick. And this is the one that leads to the big, juicy launcher. The OD version also leads to a launcher. And to input this, by the way, it's down back punch into forwards punch to get the bounce. If you just do down back punch, she'll just do this, which for like the medium version does leave you 0. So you can use that as like a sneaky way of, they think they're gonna end the combo and you get a sneaky grab. If you feel like being a little bit cheeky, but you basically always want to do the follow up for the extra damage and knockdown, particularly for the launching ones. So the light one, unfortunately, off of light attacks, you'll only ever get the light one, but off of mediums, the OD version is the same speed, so you can get the bounce of the heavy version off of the OD, which is pretty cool. So anytime I get this target combo, instead of just doing this knockdown, which is pretty solid damage and leads to pretty good Oki, I can choose to go for a little bit more damage just by spending 2 bars. And anytime I get my forward heavy kick or backwards heavy punch, I get to go for this big, beautiful launcher that is just gorgeous. So off of these launchers that you get from the OD or the heavy version, you have either the option of going for a special or a drive rush, of course. So I can do this, and the most damaging single special you can do is your heavy Gladius. But if you're just going to do a special, it's kind of more recommended that you go for like a down forward kick, because that leads to slightly better Oki. Because then you can dash in and you're actually on top of them, whereas Gladius is not so good for this, but it is more damage. You have to do a little bit more walking forward, so you don't really get any actual Oki. But where it becomes really juicy is that you can drive rush off of it into your backwards heavy punch, and then from that you can go into your Superman punch, which we'll get to soon. And even just this extension on its own, plus 42 frames, and if you've been playing enough of this game, you know that means a safe jump. And with all this corner carry you get off of these kind of combos, you're basically guaranteed to be carried into the corner, and then you get these juicy safe jumps and you get to loop these combos over and over again, which only costs you 1 bar, mind you, for all this damage that leads into all these safe jumps and ridiculousness. This character is next level ridiculous. So yeah, those are the Superman punches. There are more combos you can do, but we'll get to that later. Did I just call them Superman punches? I don't actually know what they're called. Phalanx or something? Whatever. An extra note is that the light version and the OD version are also work as anti-air DPs, like they're aerial attack invincible, which is pretty awesome. So if my opponent is jumping in on me, I could do anti-air practice, but just trust me, jump attacks don't hit you when you go for this. You can do it as late as possible, so having it down back like DP is super useful. It doesn't work as a wake up reversal, of course, but being able to get this awesome knockdown of an anti-air, even most people's DPs don't let you be this close after an anti-air, so that is really awesome. And the OD version also works, so you can just go straight into your big combos from whacking them out of the air, which is extremely satisfying. So that's this move. It's your main combo ender / extender, and it's pretty good at it. Next, I think the next main special you're going to be using is down forward punch. This is the Gladius. So The light, medium, and heavy version do like different speeds and more damage as you do heavier buttons. And as you can see, from the frame data in the bottom, these things have a lot of perks. So those purple frames are all armor frames. So this thing has a bunch of armor, and the heavier version you do, the more armor it kind of gets. Like this heavy version, although it's slower, has 11 frames of armor and does a ton of damage. So doing it after this is just a big chunk of damage, and you can cancel them all into a level 3 super easily. They're just so awesome. Also, if the opponent blocks them, like say if I've done this target combo and he blocks things, I can throw them out, and they're all like -5, -4, so totally safe, not really much of a gap. And yeah, that one there like isn't even really a gap. That's -5 all this distance, totally safe. So they have a lot of applications. Off of your mediums and stuff, like they will actually combo the medium and the light one, but you may as well go for the medium because it's more damage. As we mentioned, even if they block, they're good options on block because they're totally safe. And if the opponent does try to go for drive impacts or mash against you, if you do them and there's a tiny bit of a gap, you can just hold them down and then they gain even more effects. So they gain far more armor frames. As you can see, I've got, what, 22 frames of armor here? 25 here? 31 here frames of armor, which is just ridiculous. It also gains, like, serious plus frames. They all become +4. So if my opponent ever blocks them and then they're like, try to mash, or I think they're gonna mash and I just do the full charged one, even if they don't mash, hey, I'm +4. I'm winning. I'm having a good time. And it also, oh my goodness, it has so many things. Also, as I'm sure you've seen, has this extra animation if you do it fully charged. So you get all this armor frames, all these plus frames, and all this extra damage with this extra awesome animation. And also, it destroys drive impact. So if I've ever knocked down the opponent and I go for this on wake up, it'll go through any drive impact, any like DP, completely punish them. Look at his drive gauge, instantly dissipated because he used his DP and he got punish countered. Demolishes their life bar, demolishes their drive gauge, and if they block, oops, you take like nearly a whole chunk of a drive gauge and you're left hella plus in their face. This thing is just degenerate, next level ridiculousness, and you gotta make sure you abuse it as much as you can because it's the thing you abuse. Also, it's also pretty useful to use in neutral because look at the range on this thing. I can use it from like around this distance and it can catch my opponent off guard, especially the fully charged version, I think gets some slightly extra range. So I can throw it out at ranges like this, and if they accidentally walk into it, massive damage. If they press a button or drive impact or do anything, armor through it, massive damage. If they block it, take a whole chunk of their drive gauge, thank you very much. And left +4 in their face, so I can go for my other buttons and go into it itself. If I have drive gauge stop coming back so quickly here, you can see how much this really degrades someone's drive bar. So they block one of these, and then I go for another one. They've lost nearly 2 bars of their drive gauge just from blocking once. This move is something else, and of course, since it's so much damage, it's like one of the best ways you can go into your level 3 super easily and do ridiculous amounts of damage. Like something simple just like this is like a stupid amount of damage, or especially if I do... I'm sorry I'm talking about this thing so much, but this thing is just ridiculous. So just a punish counter button into a special, easily cancels into level 3, and they just die. Okay, cool. So that is Gladius. It's pretty useful. It's got a lot of uses. You can use it in neutral. You can use it on block to either charge up for plus frames or to keep yourself safe. You can use it on the opponent's knockdown to get plus frames or armor through any of their wake up options. Just make sure you step back so you can't be thrown, and then you're totally fine. it can be used in combos because it does tons of damage. This thing just does it all. It's crazy. Right, and then we've also got DP punches, which isn't actually a DP. It's this big jumping Superman punch, Mega Fisto ridiculousness. So, it's an overhead. Actually, is it an overhead? I don't think, no, it's just a regular hit, just a mid. But what makes it good is just like the Phalanx, the Gladius, this is the Phalanx. It's plus. You don't even have to charge this one, and it's plus. It also has armor. You can't control how long it has the armor though. It just has a little bit in part of the startup, so you have a chance of armoring through your opponent's attack depending on when you throw this out. It's plus. It goes over tons of buttons because she jumps so high over lows, and even just some like regular low pokes like that, she'll just go flailing over the top of. If it hits the opponent, plus 42, which means it automatically leads to a safe jump. The OD version splats the opponent against the wall in the corner, which means you can lead to some real juicy extensions after combos like this. You can even combo into this grab for a big chunk of damage there, or use like the splat to go into stuff like this. Like, there are so many uses for this thing, but the main one that I think is ridiculous, not that it's armored and plus and goes over normals and ridiculous, but it gives her safe jumps as her most damaging combo ender. So anytime I'm getting a combo and I've gone like, oh, let's just do a simple combo, I just need to spend one extra bar to go for a drive rush into back heavy punch into the heavy Superman punch. And I just automatically get a safe jump. As a Marissa, a ridiculous brawler, in a safe jump, we'll get to it later, but that means that if the opponent gets hit, I can just loop this sequence that does tons of damage over and over and over. If they block my jump in, I've got this grab that hits practically like instantly after they block a jump in. Like, she is ridiculous, and giving her safe jumps super easily off of any combo is a war crime. Absolute war crime. Anyways, we're gonna move on so we're not so slow. I guess, yeah, down forward kicks is these kind of running kick. It's kind of interesting. You can kind of use it in neutral, especially this heavy one because it goes so far and it is like really safe at -3 or 0 as you saw there if I use it on wake up. So it can be an interesting way of like just launching yourself in on the opponent to get in. But mainly I see it used as a combo ender with the light or medium version because they have decent knockdowns, and because it's a running kick, you like are left kind of close to the opponent. And I think you can get the medium one here as well. Yeah, so a really good knockdown, you're left super close after a dash, even if they roll backwards. Good way to end combos. Apart from that, the OD version in the corner also splats them and like really doesn't scale at all. So stuff like this just does ridiculous amounts of damage. Like, I don't know. Like what? That was just a single bar combo and it did half of their life? Cool. But yeah, I think this kick, although it's cool and has some applications, it's not going to be the juiciest part of your game plan, but make sure you use it sometimes as a combo ender, even though it's not the most damaging, and yeah, it's a tool. Now, down back kick is getting back into the spicy stuff. So, she goes into this parry stance, and you can hold it down where she stands in this stance, and you can hold it down for a long time. And as you can see, lots of purple frames means lots of armor. And whenever the opponent does anything on wake up, he's not doing anything on wake up anymore. Or just even when the opponent like does buttons. So if I have him just press a button on wake up sometimes as well. Oh, actually that's a bad example because he goes straight through it. That's interesting. But as you can see, she armors through things and just like headbutts them automatically when she gets hit. And from the stance, apart from just being in a cool armored state where she parries things with a headbutt, she has 3 follow-ups. So she can either press a kick to go for this low sweep that kind of knocks the opponent down. It is unsafe, so just do be careful of that. How do I get him to... It's unsafe. The overhead, on the other hand, is safe, which is pretty crazy, because that means that, like, I don't know, like, she has such good options off of this, like this throw that we're getting to, and she can just go for this overhead, and as long as she doesn't do the follow-up, as you can see, just -3, so she can just go for this overhead and be like, oh, he blocked it, let me just keep myself safe, and if he gets hit by it, well, I can just do the full thing, get a nice chunk of damage and a great knockdown. Like, this thing's crazy, and the best part is you can press grab and get this. The favorite animation in the game, and yeah, this move has a lot of applications. You can even just use it as its own throw, like after a jump in, just use it like a command grab, just get a big chunk of damage. It also works well as a combo ender because of how much damage it does. But as you can see here, you can also use it to like go through drive impacts because she armors through the drive impact, which also means that she can just let go of the parry stance and go for regular punishes, which is pretty awesome. Also, if the opponent does a wake up DP, it just punishes them, and then after they like get hit by that little headbutt, you can stay in the stance and go for the grab right afterwards, and they have to decide whether they want to jump. It's a scary thing. It's a scary thing. And as we showed before, you can also use it as a combo ender when the opponent's in this splat state on the wall, which is the most damaging chunk of damage she can get at the end of combos, because she needs more damage, of course. She's a ridiculous character. So yeah, it's a pretty cool thing, and also it only takes 3 frames to start up the armor, so you can use it as a kind of reversal in certain block strings. And also, the OD version starts up armor in frame 1, so you can use this as a kind of bootleg wake-up reversal, but it only works against things that hit her in her upper body, I believe. So if the opponent wakes up with a crouching like low, it won't work. But having an option is better than having no options, and she has some options and stuff. She has supers and stuff that are invincible. She's not a poor Dalism. So I think that is now all of her specials. Let's just check so I don't accidentally completely forget something. Gladius, Demacarus is what that's called. Phalanx, Quadriga, Scutum is the parry. Okay, now let's go into the supers. So the level 1 super is downward punch, and it's called the Javelin of Marissa. And it's kind of an interesting super. It has some different effects. You can actually hold it down as well to make it a bit slower, and it gets this animation and a bit more damage, I believe, which is kind of cool. The only way I found you can combo into this is after you get like the wall bounce. For a nice chunk of damage at the end of a combo for only a single super bar. And also, what's unique about this is it does have 1 frame of invincibility, but the rest of it is actually armor, and when she armors through things, it gets also this new animation. So she just gets stylish, new animations and stuff for charging, for parrying. She's real privileged. And it also means that unlike some level 1 supers, or all other level 1 supers, which don't win against projectiles, this one has the chance to potentially do that because it's not fully just invincibility, it's also full of armor, which means she can flail herself through projectiles depending on how fast the opponent recovers, because, you know, hitting a projectile will slow you down from that one hit through the armor. But yeah, she has a chance of going through projectiles and things in neutral, which isn't something some other level 1s can do. So that's pretty awesome. Level 2 is down back punch. And it's another just big chunk of damage. It's actually properly invincible this time, until it hits the opponent. It can be kind of used as like a anti-air as well, because it hits kind of diagonally upwards. It can even be used as like a long-range anti-air if the opponent's kind of trying to like jump back out of your stuff. You can act like your Zangief and grab them out of the air with this. And then it leaves you pretty close to the opponent, ready to go for some shenanigans with your plus unblock stuff. And yeah, although you can use this after stuff like this, and even her level 1 super as well, you can like technically throw into combos. But I think she does enough damage like without it. Like, look, if I just spend 1 drive bar instead, it does like nearly the same amount of damage. So I think you save your supers for things that like require super to combo off of, like this, or just save up for your big level 3 CA. Level 2 though, that did seem like it did actually quite a bit of damage. Oh, that didn't combo there though, so you have to be a little bit careful, I suppose. Yeah, see, it is a chunk of damage, but she can do that chunk of damage on her own by just spending a little bit extra drive gauge. So I think, yeah, save the meter for stuff like this, or just go for your level 3, which is the final one. And it has a pretty good activation. It's pretty similar to Luke's, where she charges forward. Not as far as Luke, he goes practically full screen, but she can charge from about this distance. Of course, that means she can go through projectiles, through buttons, through ridiculous shenanigans, and get this big, beautiful level 3 super. Just like all of them, it does a massive chunk of damage. Something that's unique about it though, as I'm sure you're aware by now, it does actually carry you to the other side of the wall. So them getting splattered against that sand wall is canon. They get splattered against this wall in the corner here, so it brings you straight to the corner, which is pretty crazy. So no matter when you use it, you can drive rush into a button afterwards and they'll be cornered. And I mean, just as you can imagine, it's very easy to combo into with her way of going for combos. Just like anytime she's going for any launcher or any combo ender, like she ends combos in specials, so she can easily go from any of her Gladius or anything into a level 3, and it's all gonna do a ridiculous amount of damage. That was actually a bad example because it was already scaling to 50%, so you may as well do a bit of a longer combo. So I could do something like, oops. It's just a beautiful super that you can use to just absolutely obliterate your opponent from any of the combos you get. She's such a crazy character. I think I love Juggernaut characters now after playing with her just a little bit. I haven't even tried her out online yet and I already think she's so fun. So those are her supers, all of her specials and her buttons. Let's get into her general combos and game plan. We already mentioned some of them, like after our lights, you can just do light pokes into your light... What was this called? I want to know these names. Demacarus. So after lights, the only thing, I'm also going to get him to stop doing this. After lights, just go into the little Demacarus, which, you know, isn't massive. It's pretty decent damage, honestly, and leads to a good knockdown from a bunch of easy pokes. And some options you have after your knockdowns is if you're close, just take a step back and go for your charged Gladius, because if your opponent does a drive impact or a wake up DP, or even if they block, this thing will just hit them. And it's pretty cool. The medium version is slightly better at this because it pushes them out of throw range by default, so you can kind of just go straight into it without having to delay it anymore. So with our medium punch attack string, we can also go for this combo and then use that on Oki. Of course, we can also use our Superman punch on Oki if we want, which actually hits meaty. What the hell? Yeah, so super easy confirms after her lights and her mediums. Like no matter what she's doing, she can either go into these or off of your mediums. If it's like single poke mediums like this, and you know, you don't want to just like commit to going for this special, which is unsafe. You can just go into your Gladius, your medium Gladius, which is also a pretty big chunk of damage, honestly, just for a button into a special. And you can do that, which will keep you safe if the opponent does end up blocking it and you're not hit confirming. And the same goes for your standing attack string, but of course that's going to be a lot easier to hit confirm. So if your opponent's blocking, you can go for a Gladius to keep yourself safe, or charged Gladius to armor through them trying to do anything or get some plus frames. And if they do get hit, well, we can go into the medium Demacarus for a nice knockdown and go for whatever Oki we want to go for with grabs or ridiculousness, or just plus frames. Or if we see that it hits and we decide we want to spend a little bit of meter, we can do a combo like this, or we can extend even more with a little extra drive rush so that we get this safe jump knockdown, or we can spend even more meter if we really feel like. And OD the Superman punch and do some kind of extension into a super or this grab at the end here if we're just really trying to kill our opponent. Now, when we get to our heavies, like the heavies, you don't kind of naturally go into them and combo off of them. Like if I'm just doing like neutral heavy punches and stuff, I don't really get to combo off of that. It has to be like the charged one. If I do the charged one and I see that it hits, well, I can just get a little nice easy confirm like that. But a lot of the time when you're going into your heavies, it's not going to be from them on their own, unless it's ones like this, which actually becomes plus 10, which means then you can do a little bit more, and you can actually go into your medium punch attack string, which starts to become a lot of damage for just simple buttons linking into each other. Especially if I spent meter and extended it, like 3,000 damage just because I hit a random flying knee is pretty awesome. And yeah, so the main ways we're going to be going into our comboing heavies is like after we go for a jump in, go for back heavy punch, and then when we see that the jump in hits, we can just go from the back heavy punch into the launcher, into this combo extension, so drive rush, back heavy punch into the heavy Superman punch. And that, of course, does a lot of damage and only costs us 1 drive bar, mind you. I want to point that out. It's kind of ridiculous to me, and this leads to a safe jump where we can just do the same thing again. And because it's like from a jump in, we can see if they block the jump in, we just go for the same thing, but we can hold down the back heavy punch and we just instantly become plus. And then like if I want to, I can go for that into a charged Gladius and just use her ridiculousness. And if the opponent blocks, or I can just, if I don't feel like holding it down, if I see that they block, I can, on hit, easily hit confirm those first 2 hits of the jump. Or if they block, I can go into a Gladius afterwards to keep myself safe and do a bunch of drive damage. So a very, very good heavy button that either leads into combos or is easily kept safe. Even if you just don't cancel it, it's safe. So you can just do nothing as you hit confirm or block confirm. Now, where things get interesting is when you have stuff with a little bit of extra hits done. So our main drive rush normal, as we mentioned, is going to be our our medium kick, sorry, because that can actually lead into this backwards heavy punch. And then we can go into these same routes we've just been doing. And yeah, when we go into this launcher, we can either go for a Gladius for like easy damage, or we can go into the running kick for a better knockdown, or we can drive rush into a Superman punch, back heavy punch into a Superman punch for the safe jumps, or we can drive rush and do that into an OD Superman punch and then dash in and get this grab, or we can extend even more and go whoops. Something like this with an extra drive rush and a juggle in it, or after this I could have just gone that into a level 3 super. There's a lot of ways she can just choose to keep extending her combos, and she doesn't even have to change the path that she's going for. She can just choose to keep going, which is what I find so fun about her combos. Now, other ways we get extra hits done other than a drive rush is of course going to be a drive impact. And this one's pretty crazy. So any drive impact, whether we react to the opponent's drive impact or armor through something else of theirs, look at the combo we get. So we can get a charged back heavy punch. That was a meterless combo that did nearly 4,000 damage from a drive impact. Excuse me? I can easily extend it for 1 bar of drive gauge and get a safe jump so that leads into the same thing. Excuse me? What is going on here? This character is something else. We get a drive impact in the corner. Oh wait, I remember. You can just go straight into the launcher and then go for the same combo routes. So we can go for the launcher, into the Gladius, or then use an extra drive gauge to go straight back into these extensions from a drive rush that didn't even counter the opponent. They just blocked it or got hit by it. I'm pretty sure this works on block as well. Yep. Pretty awesome stuff. Okay, and right, what other combos are we getting? We've done drive impacts, drive rushes, OD stuff off of this. I guess punish counters. So punish counters off of a poke, that becomes +7, so she can actually link into her standing medium punch. That's a lot of damage for like a little poke that's a punish counter. So if someone does something that's just like -5 or something, and you just quickly poke them with this, that'll be a punish. So then you can make sure you easily go into this for a lot of meterless damage, or you can make it not meterless and spend meter on it. Wow. Really eloquent with my words. Pretty awesome stuff. Same applies for crouching medium punch. If you use it like as a whiff punish tool and you punch him with that and you're close enough, you can go into standing medium punch. If you're fast enough. And of course, same goes for standing medium kick since it has such good frame data. Actually, this can probably, yeah, just go into the same thing. So basically everything on punish counter leads into the medium punch attack string. And this isn't where it gets really juicy though. If you know you're getting a punish counter, like the opponent has done a wake up DP or something and they've left, or something that leaves them very, very punishable, there's some kind of crazy stuff she can do. The least of it is like the heavy kick, which is what most characters have as a cool option. She can just kind of use like the ender of her other combos, or in the corner, she can just go into the launcher for a bunch of easy damage. But say we get the opponent wakes up with a DP. Let's actually make him do it so it's realistic, so you can see what this looks like in a match. One drive gauge. That cost me no super meter, a single drive bar, 30% of the opponent's life, and I got to go for a safe jump after that, which actually I could show off now that he's doing a wake up DP. He does that, well then I get to loop this over and over again if he shoots to keep going for a DP. I think I can even go, yeah, forwards heavy kick. For just a little bit. Look at this damage, guys. This is a single drive bar combo from a punish counter. That is ridiculous. And there's also other options we can go for. Like I can just go for a fully charged back heavy punch into a fully charged down forward medium punch and get... Look at this. It's just a button into a special. Takes all of his drive gauge except for 2 bars. If he has spent any other drive gauge in the round, probably instantly gets put out into burnout for this. For doing a wake up DP. I take 30% of his life just with a button into a special. I don't have to risk going for a combo that I accidentally drop. I can't drop that. It's a button into a special. Are you kidding? That is ridiculously awesome. And like, yeah, basically these are the routes you can go for. Or, you know, if it's really minus, we can always just go straight back into a drive impact and go for these routes we were going for before. But that's lame. We're gonna get a bunch of drive impacts the entire round. Let's make sure when we get a punish counter, we make it hurt and we make them know that they made a mistake. Like, it's just so damn satisfying. No super. No super. Only 3 drive gauges, so a single drive rush practically. Did half of my opponent's life because I got punish counter? Bro. She is something else. And now when we talk about adding supers into our combos, like I mentioned, I think the best way to do it is when you use this like button in neutral. What's going on here? Going for level 1 here actually is a really decent chunk of damage, so I think that's the best place to go for level 1. And for level 2, I don't know, I'm not convinced it's ever really worth it unless it's like this situation once again. But the level 3, we can easily add to the end of any combo. So something simple like this. And then like that, and then goes into the Gladius. Easily goes into a level 3. Or it doesn't even have to be a big flashy extended combo, it could just be this. That easily combos into a level 3, and it's all gonna do so much damage. This is a 0 drive gauge combo, by the way. So by the time I've done this full combo and had the whole super animation, I've probably built back like 3 bars for my drive gauge. This character is something else. But yeah, I think the maximum way we can cash out is something like this. So, I mean, even all that, you saw I did so much extending there to spend all of my meter, but it did kind of the same amount of damage as my like regular simple combos into a Gladius. Like if I just went like this, This would probably also do similar damage. So basically just anything into your level 3 is going to do ridiculous damage. It's just the choice that you can be really flashy if you feel like it. Now, when you're in the corner, her combos can slightly change, because basically after the launcher, you can add in this extra crouching heavy punch and then go for this extension. Then so you basically get a whole extra heavy hit. So we go for the launcher, and then you go drive rush into back heavy punch, but then you do your light DP punch, by the way. Don't do the heavy one or it'll whiff. And as you can see, we still get the safe jump setup, and it just does even more damage. So, because, you know, her damage mid-screen was a little bit lacking, and now in the corner we get this little extra extension to make it a little bit better. Just a single drive gauge combo did half of the opponent's life, and you can easily extend them even more. And I can use this as an ender or my charged level 1, a little bit extra damage. She's crazy, she's awesome, and honestly, I think we've covered everything we really need to know. Other than that, like in neutral, we're kind of just walking back and forward, trying to make our way in. We can use our gladiuses as big punches to armor through anything the opponent does to approach, and either leads to massive damage if they accidentally walk into it, or we're left plus. And other than that, we're just, you know, kind of playing like a grappler, just jumping or drive rushing in and using our big bludgeoning heavy normals to either get lots of plus frames or to combo if they get hit. And we also have a bunch of other ways that we can kind of get in cheaply, like this Superman punch, which has some armor, so you can maybe time it correctly as armor through projectiles or armor through a button, and then you just completely demolish them and it automatically sets up for a safe jump. We've got this running kick that's safe. We've also got this parry, so if someone does something, you can maybe like armor through it and then punish them for it. And in generally, like, it's not like she's lacking for good buttons. Like, she's got this good string that we can easily hit confirm into supers. And yeah, I think the neutral might be the roughest thing with her, but it really can't be that bad. All we need to do is get in once, and then we've won. So no matter how hard it is, I don't think we're allowed to complain. But I don't think it should be too hard. But hey, now's the time to find out. Let's try out online. Okay, perfect. Ryu as the first match. It's a good learning experience. Shoto versus Juggernaut. One thing I'm slightly worried about is how I might deal with fireballs, but let's see how it goes. I also want to see how much I can abuse things. Particularly him. Oh yeah, it's only upper body invulnerability. I forgot about that. Ooh, okay. 2 hits go straight through my thing. That's good to know. Eh. How did I mess that up? Oh, yeah, okay. Wake up DP is pretty obvious, so I should have gone for my armor there and it would have absolutely blown him up. Oh my god! That reached from there. Okay, guys, I think we've reached a conclusion. When in doubt, Gladius. Hold down Gladius. It would have worked on the wake up. It worked against that projectile. No! We didn't get the punish on the DP. Went kind of underneath him. Let's see if we can get the safe jump better this time. Yes. Yes! Oh, the Juggernauts feel good, guys. Big armor, big damage, big safe jump. I don't know. It's kind of too fun. What was that? Oh, okay, yep. Guess I left myself a little too close. Oh, no, sir. You can't be doing anything, actually. Okay, yeah. Should have done it again. Would have won. Oh, nearly got it. Oh, damn it, I didn't reach. So 2 hits seem to somehow break it very easily. No, he walked away. Two hits, broke that armor too. Oh, could have died. Oh, I could have anti-aired that. I don't know what I was doing. Oh my god, guys, these punches, everything she does seems to have so much priority. There's a projectile on the screen. It was meant to trade with me. Wait, let me just punch him first and win. And then I can get hit in the cutscene. Okay, he's really going for these sweeps now that he knows that they beat my stuff. Oh, no, I did it a little bit late. Sad. Stop this. Oh, messed up my plus frames. Oh, okay, yeah, so the projectile does slow it down enough to make it not punish as easily. Oh, damn it, that was meant to be this. No! Ow, ow. Is he killed? Yeah. Oh, no. Oh, okay, wait. That was a little bit risky there. That didn't actually punish, but luckily he tried to jump or something. So I think in that situation where it's kind of a tricky punish, we should... I don't know, we don't have too many advancing normals except for that forward medium punch, and it doesn't really lead to anything. But I imagine maybe on punish counter, it'll lead into like the standing medium punch attack string, or at least just a light poke into an ender. Just so we get something, except for a flopped. Oh, actually, I could have used my forward's knee. That would have been a good punish counter. Forward's heavy kick, knee, reaches pretty far. And then I could have done that into the combo extender. Oh, red beard Zangief, I like that. Versus red Marissa, who's meant to be, oh, I've never seen this color, what, with the pink pants? That's crazy. Oh, he spaced that perfectly, good job, man. Oh, the second hit. Classic. No, all the hits. Classic. Oh, sneaky. Wow, that low came out extremely quickly. It's like he quick dropped. Oh, okay. I don't know really what to get after those plus frames, actually. It's cool that I have them, but everyone just kind of walks away, so I don't really get much. I guess I could just go for this over and over. Oh, ouch. Nope, got out of there. Oh no, that doesn't work mid-screen. What am I doing? No, that doesn't reach! Ah! Okay. Was that desperate? Maybe a tiny bit. Maybe that was the stupidest thing I could have done in that situation, considering he wasn't doing anything. I just wanted to see the animation, that's why. Right, this guy seems like he's slightly knows what he's doing against the Marissa. Oh, that didn't punish. Are you kidding? What? And you mashed? Not cool. What? I tried to use my down back light punch. Let me wake up, please. No. Well, that one went less swimmingly. Right. How did he round start? With a jump? That thing again? Oh, damn it. I meant to go into back heavy punch, but I just got the full heavy punch attack string. No, please don't punish me. He punished. But not too badly. Hey, I didn't get my punish. God damn it. Ah. No! No, 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 no. Oh. A lot of that, whatever just happened just then, was not supposed to happen. But somehow I won, and I'll take the victory. No! Oh. Okay, after my plus frames, I should go for some more fast things instead of... Hey! That didn't work. Oh, what? That was meant to be my down back light punch. What? I just got light punch. Not cool. Not cool. There we go. Actually, kind of got it that time. Still not completely. What the heck? Oh no, he can totally block there. No! Okay, maybe that was a bit more of a scrubby Marissa set. This guy was scaring me. I can't play naturally against Zangief, and he was pretty good at dodging all my options, I'll give him that.
Here comes a new challenger.
Okay. Juri, a character who's very fast, but also really likes to jump a lot, and I think people jumping a lot has been a little bit of an issue for me, so I gotta make sure I focus on my anti-airs. Nope. Thank you. Nope. Thank you. Okay. Only 3 things happened then, but they were all Marissa style. Breakthrough armor, use plus frames. Hey, those are my plus frames, thank you very much. Okay, properly getting anti-airs. Nice. She's trying to dodge it. And she's doing a pretty good job. Hey. Damn, these extensions just feel so badass. Charging up a heavy gut punch and another heavy gut punch into this big launcher. And it's all free? How is this all free? What a steal. Clear and sail. Damage by Marissa. Oh, nice. Okay, she's starting to work up a game plan anti-Marissa. Nice, love that. lots of dashes into throws. Can punish them if I just do little back dashes. Let's see if this level 1 does much. Yeah, see, that isn't a huge amount of damage in comparison to what I can easily do off of combos and stuff. Hey. Random Superman punches. Hey. Mega Fist gonna Mega Fist, right? Oh. Oh. I'm not very good at enforcing my plus frames, I'm realizing. Oh, she's mashing grab. I was trying to do a cooler grab than that. Right, well, I wouldn't say anything we did there was impressive or well thought through, but we kind of just had to play patiently against this person who was clearly very much thinking about how to fight against a Marisa. She was spacing herself that she dodged all of the Gladiuses and kind of developed this game plan where she kind of flips back and forth and then randomly dashes forward for a throw to go through my armors and stuff, which worked, but I think just playing so patiently, she didn't kind of use any nasty offense of her own, which kind of is important. And especially when you're able to do some pretty crazy offense like Juri can do, it's a bit of a waste to only play defensively. Alright. Now against a full-on grappler, which might be a bit tricky for Marisa because she likes to be close and she likes using armor, but both of those things are weak to command grabs. Ooh, and that can go straight through it. Okay, this Manon knows what she's doing. Yep, okay. Oh my god, no! I was kind of beating myself up in my head, but I was like, oh damn it, why didn't I anti-air her? And I kind of just stood there like an idiot while she grabbed me. Whenever I'm learning a new character, I really just fall susceptible to... Oh, okay. Just getting hit by jump-ins, or not even getting hit by them, like, you block them, but I'm just not doing anything about them when I definitely should be and could be. Wow, that works against Mega Fisto as well. Oh, she got me. Damn. Okay, Mano. Whew, this is gonna be tough. Right. So her EX12 that she can do kind of on reaction to my held Gladius also works against my Superman punch. So I can't use them as like an alternate to each other. I have to use things that kind of hit low like that. Damn it. None of that hit. Are you kidding me? I got all punished for it. Not cool. Nice. Yeah, that kind of uses up, it kind of empties out a lot of the tools that I like to go for. Nice. You know, just checking she still can. Pretty interesting. So maybe I should go for more drive rushes into long-reaching buttons and play neutral like a normal person? What? I don't, that's not my game plan. Damn, just pretty good at reacting to everything. I'll give her that. Nice. Oh my goodness. Well, that was a quick set. As it goes with Manon, if you fall for a few of her tricks, you're dead. Metal 5, you're gone. Put down the controller. Ah, damn. I kind of hope we match up against another Manon, though. That seems like it's pretty rough for Marissa, especially against a player like that who knows so specifically how to deal with Marissa's kind of degenerate tools that kind of carry a lot of players, especially me, through early games with Marissa. So yeah, in situations like that, Manon has really good pokes. Like that standing heavy kick was able to beat out a lot of the things that I was aiming for. And then, yeah, her having the ability to go through my Gladius and my, whatever you call that other one, Phalanx. I don't know. Have to find some other tool, just like drive rushes or just, you know, play, like I said, a bit more normally. Oh, that didn't hit. Are you kidding? Boop. Oh, damn, what? I guess I have to cancel it, and the cancel window is kind of small, but what? I was mashing so hard. Yeah, I'm kind of using my plus frames as if I'm already in a combo. Like, I go for my combo routes, but on lock, which can kind of work because, you know, plus frames, but it does really mean that the opponent did an anti-air. Shut up, an anti-air. Oh, what? There we go. Ouch, yep, that's pretty ouchy. I should go for a little bit more airtight things if I want to go into that grab. Nice, okay. Right, our game plan of being a total fling ourselves across the screen, thoughtless player is kind of falling apart. Unfortunately, I think we're gonna have to put a little bit more effort into this than I was expecting. Okay, that still works. Oh, yeah, but that button is not cancelable, so it's probably not so safe to use in pressures like that. Man, for some reason I'm messing up down back punch as an anti-air, which is a bit embarrassing to admit. Actually, I should be using a lot more of this standing heavy kick. I think maybe that's an aspect of her game plan I've been missing. I've been using standing heavy punch and stuff as pokes, but heavy kick is a lot of characters' far-reaching like poke, and I haven't been using it at all. Yeah, that was kind of a flop safe jump because I did a little walk forwards. No! Okay. Oh my god, no! Guys, we're falling apart. Okay, I'm gonna eat some wasabi peas, and then surely for the last match, we'll be A-okay. Okay. Okay, dokie 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 dokie. I think we can do better. I think we have to focus less on forcing our own game plan and our plus frames and stuff, and make sure we only do that when we know we have like a gap or an opportunity to go for that stuff, instead of just constantly berating with those kind of things and then forgetting to anti-air and like actually get regular people conversions. Okay. Maybe it's because of the player we're against, but that was a lot better. Let's start with the start phalanx again. Oh. Okay, he wasn't a fan or what? That was silly. Hey yo, what? Did I not do the charged one? Whoopsie. Oh, I thought I was far away enough to do that. Got you with your own trick. Dash in and throw me from full screen. What is this? Kai in a new shell. Right, there was some very questionable lopped hit confirms there. I accidentally went to the heavy combo starter a few times on block. Definitely cannot be doing that. Even just going into this like is fine, because even if it doesn't start a combo, it leads to a bunch of damage just from a single special move. Got it. Okay. Play a bit more patiently, and then we can actually react to driving packs, and maybe even react to the jump-ins too. Oh, that's so good when you can get that timing right. Oh, I did it wrong that time. That timing was also very much not right. Will this kill? I'm not sure. It was from a... not the greatest combo. Oh, damn! That's so good. That base scaling for level 3s never ceases to surprise me. Okay. Okay. That was slightly better. We did combos at the right time, and only a few times did we accidentally do a combo on block, but we don't speak of that. Okay, into Jamie. I feel like, not to speak too soon, but Jamie probably isn't too bad of a matchup for Marissa, because he likes to be up close, but he's not a grappler who kind of screws up Marissa. So it's kind of the perfect thing. Oh yeah, nice job using the pokes to poke me out of my armor. So I could have punished if he did the full sweep. Yeah, that's kind of silly. Can't be doing that. Thanks. What? Oh yeah. Finally, we're using the plus frames for something. Yes, please. Okay. Now, will this put him in burnout? Oh, nearly. Oh, yes! Okay. Right. There wasn't much you can do there. If that's medium punch attack string into some specials, he would have been chipped out. That's pretty rough. Okay. I think we're finding some kind of flow. We're doing certain things, and they're kind of sometimes occasionally working. Awesome. Oh, yeah, okay. That's something we can't just be doing. If I'm going into something, even though going for the big old combo starter is certainly fun, it's far safer just to buffer into this. Oh, not that. Not that. Okay, one thing that I actually do find really annoying in this game is, for some reason, it can be kind of difficult to do walking forwards or any kind of forward motion into a down forward thing. Bro, I don't think he meant to do all of those. Poor guy. Forgot, that also can work pretty well as an anti-air, but it does take 4 or 5 frames to start up, so it's not like super quick. I did not mean to do that, if you're wondering. See, I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to do that and then go into Gladius. But for some reason, I always, cannot stop it from getting a DP motion. Okay, there we go. I have to, full on not press anything for a full second, so it, deletes that back input. Damn. Marisa can be scary. Now that we're using her slightly better, she's actually scary. And not just scary because I used 2 special moves. Alright. Marisa versus Zangief. This is something that I feel is kind of tough for her because she likes to be close and use armor, but yeah, the grabs, they be going through that armor. Oh, damn, bro. That's not nice. If I do this one, though, it goes through. And that. Hey, what? I did try to do crouching lice, but okay. Okay, bro. Oh, nice. Whoa, okay, man. Oh, wait. Is the first hit of that attack string not special cancelable? That could be kind of annoying. See, once again, I mean, I would have died, but I tried to go for Gladius there, and because I tapped forward slightly before I went for it, it thought it was down, forward, forward, down, forward. And it's like, oh, that was a DP input. There we go, I'll give it to you. But that's not what I wanted. Thank you. Oh, that can be so slow that it can't combo. Or that it doesn't combo, sorry. No, what? Tried to drive rush cancel into a grab. I guess I did it slightly wrong because it very much went not good. Nice. I tried to armor through it, but definitely did not have the life for that. Take the damage while we got it. Just a little bit. Little clean over 50%. No biggie. Oh, wow, that was a punish counter? Or mainly, that was a punish? Yeah, I think me doing drive rushes into heavy punch is not a good idea. I should do stuff that's actually cancelable and just generally kind of better. Oh, hey, I dropped my combo. And that can't be cancelled into drive impact. That's pretty crazy. And important to know, I feel like. Nice. Great combo. Okay, we're able to stand our own slightly against a Zangief. He didn't actually go for many command grabs. He got us with an aerial Borscht Dynamite, which is pretty impressive, but it is modern controls. Not to diss on modern, but now I'm realizing how he was able to do that so quickly. What? It recovered in time! No! I was gonna go such a juicy punish. GG's. I'm the grappler now, boy.
Round 2. Fight.
Oh, no! Oh, I was able to jump out of that. No! I messed up! I messed up that very bad, very bad. Oh, no, no, no. Spent all my resources for that too, because I thought it was going to be, you know, lots of beautiful damage and stuff. It's okay, we've still got our degenerate tools, we can spam them. No! I could have held that down for longer. What? How did he land on the ground so quickly? I swear he was in the air. Like he just teleported to the floor. What was that? Well, very much dead. Looking forward to the last round. Ooh. Got to him just in time. What? How did that not... Whatever. There we go. Actual anti-airing. Look at us go. No, I did that too slow. Ouch. Oh, I didn't think that second hit would connect, so I was a little worried about it. Boom! Oh, that is satisfying. That's very cool. Kind of risky and very scrubby, but I'm gonna keep doing it.
Here comes a new challenger.
Ah, okay. And back to the classic Ken to finish it off. Ugh. She's got pretty good expressions, actually. Some characters like Mano, I can't even tell what expressions she's trying to do. Lots of modern players. Is it because I'm in silver, or are people just really starting to try it out? Ooh, nearly clipped him, but we didn't. Where are you going? No! Yep. Damn, that's the time I actually should have used my Gladius on Oki. What? That didn't reach to punish. Bro, get out of my skies. Oh yeah. No! No! God damn it! No! I got a DP instead of down forward again. If I lose because of this, I'm gonna cry. I lost because of it. Ah! Oh my god. Do I really need to go into training mode to practice a down forward motion? And he quit. No! Way to make me more salty, bro. Come on, we're trying to get our final match in, and you let me hang on that.
Here comes a new challenger.
Actually, I just remembered what the technique is. Instead of, like, just pressing nothing for a moment before you go down forward, you do, like, a full half circle. And luckily, Marisa doesn't have a half circle for that input, so I can just do a full half circle, and then I won't get the goddamn DP input all the time. But hey, look at this. Double Marisa. Ouch. Gotcha. Where are you going? Ooh.
Round 2. Fight.
Hey, I did it second. Hey, half circle, it's working. That doesn't really count because I was holding back anyways. Ooh, nice. Damn it, I thought that was so random they wouldn't react. Nice. I grab you, you don't grab me. Got a deal? I'm looking forward to seeing a Marissa mirror match in a tournament. These things seem pretty chaotic. Oh, that was kind of risky. Oh, that was kind of risky again. No! Don't talk about it. Don't talk about it. I didn't do a TP input there. I didn't. Ooh. Perfectly timed through my armor. Oh, nearly got it. Where are you going? Nice. Hey, I could have canceled that, but for some reason I didn't get it. Thanks. Ooh, yeah. All right. I think we played enough Marisa for one day. We got a little bit of brain rot halfway through, and we realized we were only playing with 2 special moves. But then, after we kind of addressed that, I think we did kind of okay. We've got cool conversions after a drive impact, and we've got a decent amount of spread of phalanx, gladius, and just general buttons. I think that's all Marisa is. And obviously, just do all of it slightly a lot better than I was. But we live and learn, and we'll get better. But for now, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.